Hey there, welcome. My name's Rob Van Wagoner. I am coming to you from my writing studio in Concrete, Washington. If you've checked out any of my previous videos, you know I'm the author of a newly released novel from Signature Books entitled The Contortionists. The Contortionists tells the story of a family in extremis. It follows them for 3 days in the aftermath of the disappearance of one of their own, a 5-year-old Ogden, Utah boy who goes missing off the street as he walks a short distance to his best friend's birthday party. I'd like to read to you from the novel, a short segment that happens to be the novel's first flashback. This section focuses on the mother of the missing boy. As it turns out, however, it focuses on her years before the boy is born. So let's get after it. The title of the chapter is That Boy in the Corner. 8 years, 7 months ago. It's true, Melissa. Ezra proffered the engagement ring tweezed between 2 fingers. I fasted and prayed, and I'm sure of it. God blessed me with a spiritual confirmation. Melissa had been a little afraid God might do something like this. Leaning in, she squinted at the ring. A dandy, white gold, princess-cut diamond. It filled her with nothing but dread. It's lovely, Ezra. She sat back without touching it. She couldn't say she was surprised by this development. They'd been dating 5 months, a month longer in her experience than the average gestation for a proposal from a newly returned missionary. Her 3 previous near misses, Colby, Tyler, Steve, had come over dinner at modestly priced restaurants, an approach she preferred to the parked car thing. She and Ezra were late for a party. Put it on, he pleaded. I bought it on my mission. The best diamonds in the world are mined in Russia. Really, it's very nice, Ezra, she said again. Gently, she pushed his hand away and adjusted herself in the seat. In fact, I think I'm going to pray about it. He let the ring float for another beat, then drew it into his lap. He looked down at the thing, dumbfounded. It was clear he'd assumed his answer from God counted for them both. I didn't say no, Melissa said. She manufactured an encouraging smile. I just need to think about it. Certainly you can understand. But I love you, he managed. I was just so sure. I mean, you don't get an answer like I did. He squeezed the ring in his fist. I love you is the thing. Until now, he'd never declared his love, and she supposed, under the circumstances, it was time. 4 boys in 3 years, all of them certain she was the divine answer to their matrimonial prayers. Melissa could just see God in his heaven going down that list of diminishing possibilities. She looked at Ezra and tried to imagine what it would be like to be his wife. He was good enough looking in a big-eared sort of way, a decent kisser, temple-worthy, ambitious, and he did, she had to admit, have good taste in engagement rings. Nothing much else came to mind. Gosh, I'll have to think about that one, she said. Ezra blinked. You don't love me? I didn't say that. Ezra opened his fist and mourned the ring, then reached under the seat where he'd secreted the box. Melissa felt more than a little bad for him. She was a pleaser at heart and wanted to help. But this thing with God and answered prayers, it undermined her confidence. She wasn't entirely convinced she wouldn't wake up one morning married to Ezra Reinhold. Maybe we shouldn't go to the party, he said. He shoved the ring box in the glove compartment and slammed the little door. Don't be like that, Ezra. She tried to sound cheerful. It's not like I turned you down. That's not what I mean. He glanced past Melissa at his best friend's house. The party's for me, for us, actually. Melissa dialed her smile up high. Well then, we really shouldn't miss it, should we? It's an engagement party, Melissa. It was supposed to be a surprise, but now... Melissa peered at Ezra, then swiveled toward the house. She needed suddenly to void her bladder. A creeping match-like heat flared at the top of her head. Wow, she said, fumbling for the door latch. That must have been some answer to your prayers. Did God appear to you in a blinding pillar of light? Shouldering the door, she started out. Wait! Lurching across the break, Ezra grabbed for her wrist and got a handful of her butt instead. She spun back and Ezra blanched. Time to party, Ezra. Please, we really don't have to go. I can call Matt. Call him if you want. She slammed the door. Just wait, please, he cried, throwing his own door open. Melissa stopped. She turned around and folded her arms. Please let me warn Matt. He ducked back into the car and emerged with his cell phone. He held it up for Melissa's inspection. She chewed on her lip and watched him pace, his voice hidden beneath a covering hand. Finished with his call, he locked his car, then started across the lawn. I still want to marry you, he informed her. With a snort, Melissa turned for the house, and Ezra quickened his pace to catch up. I hope you really will pray about it, he plodded on. I just know it's right, and I really have a testimony of it. I'm sure you'll know too. Enough, Melissa snapped. Don't be mad, he said softly. Well, I am. Don't be mad when you pray about it. That's all I'm asking. And maybe you could fast about it too. Fasting helps. A micro pain pinged between Melissa's eyes. This was not a good idea, Ezra. It doesn't bode well. You thought it up. It wasn't my idea. It was God who thought it up. All her life, she had imagined marrying someone like Ezra Reinhold, a righteous priesthood bearer with a gift for inspiration. And the truth was, she and Ezra had enjoyed some good times together. It usually wasn't a chore to go out with him. Maybe she hadn't paid enough attention to whatever signs God was trying to send her. It was not a happy thought that Ezra might be the 2x4 God intended to brain her with. The possibility inspired nothing more than an urgent need to urinate. Ready? She asked. Ezra rolled his shoulders. No, but I guess I'm going anyway. Thanks for checking it out.